It's horrible. Hello, everybody. I have a small screen because I could invite a guest up. So this is how YouTube does it. It's not me. Like um, on my phone, it looks full frame. The whole phone is full. But for some reason, the way YouTube does this live streaming, and you can invite a guest is just weird. Compared to like TikTok, um, it's it's just dumb. I mean, the resources YouTube has, and this is what they offer as a live streaming platform is just terrible. So like they're trying to force you to use third party live streaming apps because maybe they have like investments in it and people do pay subscriptions for that. Hey Jen, how are you? 9/11, yeah. How is everybody? Everybody tap the screen. We'll get more people in here. I've been sick. I just got over a bad cold. I don't know what it was, but they call it flu, COVID. I don't know what the hell it is, but no, fuck you. I cooked a goose curry, the dal, rice, and complemented it with pudina. Luni Lao. Yeah, sounds pretty good. I don't agree with your views. Just saying. Well, what don't you agree with, Bo Riddle? I really don't agree how the mayors of these cities that the federal government is sending in the police to pick up people who actually broke the law, who shouldn't be here, right? And are committing crimes, like they're defending them. Meanwhile, their cities are in shambles. Their cities are in shambles. I'm surprised. Like they should assist the agents in picking these people up. Like they went to Newark, New Jersey, to pick up some migrants that worked in a fish factory, whatever they were doing there, and they were all illegals. So nobody was paying taxes. They're probably all underpaid. Who knows like how they get treated in there? And the guy who owns the factory should be fined. Why is the aspect ratio? Because I'm doing where I can have a guest up, So I'm not sure who I want to bring up yet. And this is the way YouTube does it. It's not me. It's just it's dumb the way they do it. Like it should be full screen until a guest comes up. Why make it cut the aspect ratio on it? I'm delusional. Trump forever. I agree with MAGA. You're delusional. Trump forever. I don't know who's delusional. So yesterday Rita called me.
Oh.
So now Galileo called when their little three-way chat.
They called you or they texted you?
Galileo called. I'm not answering this call. Go fuck himself.
What did Rita call you for?
I have to answer the phone for one of them. So I answered her, so that's it. I don't have to tell her nothing. She told them everything.
So what did she ask you?
She says, I said, lower the price to what? I said, what do you want? What do you want? Now you want to dump the fucking house?
Now you want to give it away.
Yeah. Fuck you.
Now that it's costing to fix it and this and that and the other, now you guys want to throw it away.
Yeah, now you want to dump it.
Yeah.
First you're breaking my balls.
Yeah, they
you're
don't want
nickel and diming me, right? Oh, it's worth $1 million. No, it's not. It's not worth anywhere near you want it.
Right, you put it on the market at the price that they want.
I told him already. I said, Rita, I told Rita already. I said, Rita, the house is fucking needs so much work. You don't even realize the deck, everything, the doors, the windows. They're lucky I'm here fixing shit for free.
You're right.
They think like somebody's gonna come in and just hand over the money, like Rosalie, that idiot. That woman's a complete moron.
What a person's buying, and where they're buying, and and how long they're going to be living there, and that's what happens when you purchase a house.
Bo Riddle, the citizens, the U.S. citizens of Mexico, not there illegally. They have visas. They're not there illegally. They didn't break into the country. They're not there work. They're not even allowed to work. If you're an American citizen and you go to Mexico and you retire in Mexico, you're not allowed to work. Same thing if you go to the Philippines or you go to any of those what's that other country called? You're not allowed to work. You can live there, and then if you retire in Mexico, you got to show income. You can't just go there free, like walk over the border. I'm sure you can, but I highly doubt if there's any U.S. citizen there that's illegal. There may be a few, but not a lot. I don't know who's going to deport you. I'm not going to tell on anybody who's illegal or not. That's up to the government. If you're here illegally, I'm going to mind my own business. I'm just stating that I think it's a good thing that the government starts to uphold the laws. That's it. Why allow somebody to break the laws and some people not to break the laws? These people cause a lot of damage in our country. Like they said, that there's a lot of these people that come in, that these governments are letting out people who are in jail, who've committed crimes in those countries. They don't want to deal with them, so they send them here. Don't you realize that? That's like somebody having a dog that they can't handle, and then they give him off to somebody else, or a cat, or a pet. Oh, here, you take them. I can't deal with them no more. It's the same thing. Good, report me. I don't know. They say I'm here illegal. Yeah. Guys, double tap the screen. Come on, let's get the thumbs up going so we get more people in here. I support Trump. What's up, Andrew? Love me some Trump. Mr. Louisiana, how you doing? If you're here illegally, I'm reporting you straight up. General, I support. Listen, that's your business. If you want to be transgender, that's on you. I really don't care. I don't need to know what you are. It's none of my business. Keep it to yourself. You don't have to flaunt it. Keep it to yourself. I don't go around flaunting saying, hey, this and that. I just do what I do my thing and that's it. That's what everybody expects from everybody. Why are my eggs $10? I have no idea, Ben. Where do you live? Hey, what's up, my bro? The Karina boys. No one here will be able to tell you what a tariff. I've been telling people what tariffs are since I started live streaming. Tariffs are a tax. You understand? So when a business in America does business, they have to pay taxes. There's nothing you can do about it. Not only the business has to pay taxes, but they have to pay rent. They have to buy land. They have to pay electricity. And they pay taxes on energy that they use. Where a foreign company that imports goods into the United States that are not taxed are doing business in America for free, while businesses in America have to pay to do business. Because not only that, businesses in America have to abide by regulations that these companies don't have to. So they can make their products even cheaper because they don't have like idiotic EPA laws that America has. They don't have the stupid what do you call it? Paris Court Agreement forcing the American government to pay them a tax, a carbon tax. Who the fuck came up with that idea is a genius. Whoever convinced any country to pay them a carbon tax is a fucking genius. Or the country that's paying it is completely stupid. Like America, like President Biden. He paid back all the money that Trump refused to pay them when he defunded them and paid them the money while he was in office for the 4 years. So just imagine, so when he went into office, he gave that Paris Court Agreement $12 billion right up front. Pow! And then he was paying him like $4 or $5 billion a year while he was in office. How stupid is that? You're gonna tax me to pay this idiotic United Nations? Self-appointed bureaucrats. Who the fuck are these people? I don't even know who anybody is. Who runs the Paris Court Agreement? And that's why American businesses have a hard time doing business in America because of EPA laws. Should Americans start relocating to in Mexico? I don't care what they do. They can go live in Mexico. It's actually Mexico's run better than our country. You think in Mexico you can go there and fucking rob them and do all this shit, take land, and you got to be a Mexican citizen to buy land in Mexico. Not like in America, any schmuck can come here and buy any fucking land they want, water rights, oil right, whatever people can come here and shit all over this country, and no one gives a shit. Well, you can't do that in Mexico. Go to Mexico as a non-Mexican. Go see if you could buy a piece of property. You can't buy nothing. You have to marry a Mexican, male or female, in order to be able to be a property owner. And if that person dies, I don't know how it works. Your indoors genius. Take off your hat. Why? My head's cold. Saudi Arabia owns a good chunk of water rights and farmland. Exactly. Go to Saudi Arabia. Anyway, who would want to buy anything in that shithole of a country, Saudi Arabia? But go there, I bet you can't buy nothing in that country. They own everything. They won't let you buy nothing. And if you buy it, they'll probably steal it back from you. That's how corrupt that country is. Saudi Arabians, can't trust them. Be a kind of human. You're awful. Why? What do you mean, a kind of human? So what about all these other people in other countries that want to come here? How do they get, how do they jump the border? Like, let's say you're in the Philippines, and there's more poor people in the Philippines than there is in Mexico or any other South American country. Listen, for me, I would let every Mexican into America because they're all Catholics. I'm Catholic. I'm Christian. I want them all to come here. Believe me, I would be happy because this way, the more Christians we have in America, maybe we'll push out all the non-Christian haters and the haters, and we'll get rid of them. That's why I think Trump should just give them all immunity. Let them all stay. You know, that's it. Just get all all the criminals out and let the good ones stay. That's it. Like all these people from Colombia, they're all Catholics. I would have let them stay. But you can't keep the criminals. If you committed a crime while you were on while you were you crossed the border, you broke the law there. Now you come here, you break the law again, and we put you in. Now we have to cost us money to house you in a prison. Think about it. Feed you, get a lawyer, waste the judge's time, put you in jail. What is the fucking point of that? Why can't we just deport them? Like Trump said, just put them on a plane. You don't want to take your people back, then we're gonna put sanctions and tariffs on your country. That's it. You can't even. We won't even accept your flights into America. All right, because to them it's to their advantage. Take their poor. Who's taking our poor? Who's taking America's poor? Why don't we send our poor to Colombia? They'll probably like that because they're probably a lot smarter. Because you know what? Maybe Colombia is the problem. And then a lot of people say, "Oh, it's the United States. They did this and they did." No, it's not true. That's not. The United States helped every single country in South America. Every single country. Brazil, Colombia, they're all rich countries. Every single one of them. They all have democracies. So why are these people leaving anyway? If you're escaping a country that has a democratically elected president and government, then there is no uh there's no seeking immunity of nothing. It's because what are you escaping? Poverty? We have poor people here living in fucking tents, living in the streets. What do you call that? So these people are being treated better than the American citizens that live in the streets, live in tents, are in the freezing cold right now, don't have food, don't have health care. But if you cross the border, you get everything for free at my expense, at your expense. I don't know why this thing stops. My cousin married a Muslim woman. They should be free to live here. That's their business. That's none of my business. Not everyone can have chickens. Thanks to yeah. No, you're allowed to have 4 chickens as pets. You're allowed to have chickens as pets. You just can't have a chicken farm. So if you get a chicken coop, you could put 4 chickens in it, and as long as it doesn't bother your neighbors, you can keep the chickens and they'll lay eggs, and then you can slaughter them and everything. You just can't have a chicken farm in like a in like in an urban environment, basically. But you can have 4 chickens, maybe 6. So you have a problem with people that aren't Christians? No, no, I don't have a problem with people that aren't Christians. I would prefer to have people with like-minded as myself if they wanted to migrate here, rather than having someone who's completely the complete opposite. We have nothing in common. What's the point? We have nothing in common. At least back in the day when the Irish and the Germans and the Italians and this and were fight, but they were all Christians. They all married intermarried because they got married in the same church. So if you let in Mexicans, right, or South Americans, they're Christians. 90% of South America is Catholic. So when they come here, they'll go to church. To me, that's a good thing. Like the church here where I live, the one church, it's all Spanish. They're all Catholics. They all go like they all have their day they go. It's fine with me. I don't have a problem with that. If you have it bad where you come from, then work together to fix it, but don't come here to ruin it. Well, I don't think South Americans come here to try and change anything. I really don't. There's other cultures that do, though. That want to change and they want to impose their religion on you. You know what I mean? Like the one religion, the religion. I don't want to say who it is, but Spanish people from South America, when they come here, they don't bother nobody. They go to work, they do their thing, but you got to come here legally. That's it. Or if you get over here, don't break the law. Just go to do your fucking thing. Stop trying to be stop hurting other people, and then you're gonna get deported. Andrew Rista. I mean, that's your opinion. I don't believe that. I post, I delete. Anybody, not specific. Message held for review. Trump will never be my president. I can't believe people support. Why is Trump a scumbag? How do you call that guy a scumbag? So you think like all these the president of the United States partying his whole family is not fishy? Pardoning almost every Democrat that he can think of is not fishy? Why would you give pardons to everybody in your party? My mom is a Scottish migrant, and I have family in other countries. But my view on migration: do it legal and assimilate. Well, there's people that just can't. Look what's happening in England, in London, and all over Europe. There's people that they don't want to assimilate; they want to conquer. You know what I'm saying? You can't have people like that. You can't have people like that. South Americans are indigenous people just like our own Native Americans. They have been demonized unfairly. How much longer? They're not being demonized. Who demonizes them? They live in their own country. How are they demonized? In Colombia, there are rich Colombians and there are poor Colombians. There are Colombians that are doctors and engineers and whatever the fuck, right? Then there are Colombians that own restaurants and they fix shoes and they're mason. The same thing like here. It's the same thing. They have big cities in Colombia. It's the same thing. They're not being demonized. They have schools. They have even in Panama. You got to see the beautiful cities. They have everything there. Schools. Everybody has whatever we have here in America. South America has it, probably better because they're not. They're not. They're not. Um. They're not subject to cultural gentrification like the United States is in Europe. See, like when you go to Colombia, everybody's Colombian. Everybody's like fucking Colombian. Everybody. You go to Brazil, everybody's Brazilian. I'm sure you have the classes, but that's the way it is. They all look alike. They're all the same people, like in Japan. Not in America. In America, we're forced to change. That's basically what they're trying to change America. The demographics. They're trying to change the demographics. They want to take out people like me. They want to get rid of me. Fine. It's okay. Because they know that people like in South America are qualified to take my place because they're smart people, because they're educated. And I agree with them. That's why they want to let them in. And perhaps they think that they're easier to control. And they studied that in South America, how they react to politics versus Americans. I'm sure the politics in South America are more corrupt. Well, I don't think anybody's as corrupt as America. I mean, our politics are insanely corrupt. Insanely corrupt. We could unite Canada. Well, Canadians, they enjoy being robbed through taxes, so they don't want to join America. Like, they like being taxed into oblivion, and that's what's happened in America. These people who are running our country in the United States want to tax the living shit out of us, and that's it. And that's why they don't want tariffs. They're against tariffs because they want to tax you personally. They don't want to tax businesses in foreign countries that lobby our politics, so they don't have to pay. They don't have to pay anything to do business in America. You understand? When you eliminate taxes for a foreign country, you're allowing them to do business for free in the United States. When you have a job, you're doing business, right? You go to work, you're at a business. You're providing business in a sense. Your body, you are you're your own person, you're a business, but the government is taxing you personally. But you're stupid that you think that you don't want foreign companies to pay money to do business in America, but you're paying to do business in America. You have to pay to register your car. You have to pay to have a driver's license to go to work. You have to pay gas tax just to go to fucking work. You got to pay income tax to the federal government, to the state, just to go to work, to do business in America. Because when you go to work, you're doing business. If you don't realize that, you need to fucking go to school. So you're arguing for these foreign companies to come here, sell their shit for free, business free. Yeah, come here and do business for free. That's like me taking ice cubes out of my refrigerator and selling them on the street and not paying any taxes. Should child support even be mandatory? No, child support should not be mandatory. Child support is a fucking robbery of men. It's a way to steal their wealth. That's all it is. You know, women complain. Go pay fucking child. I want to see how many women pay child support. I want to see how many women pay child support. Bro, who said that? Bill Bogard. Bro, I just said you rather pay higher taxes than pay higher prices at the register? It's the same thing. The problem is when they raise your taxes, they don't lower your taxes. I mean, are you dense? Do you have a fucking brain? Do you even have any common sense? I mean, think about what you're saying. You'd rather have a company in bumfuck who knows where come here, sell their shit, and not pay anything to do business in America. But we as citizens have to pay taxes to work and live in our homes. You got to pay property taxes to live in your home. You got to pay fucking utility taxes. You got to pay taxes for everything. But you want a foreign company to come here, sell their shit, and do business here for free because it's going to cost more. Bro, I wish they charge fucking tariffs up the ass and eliminate my taxes. I'd rather pay more at the register. Yeah, because then I have a choice. See, if I can't afford it, I'm not buying it. That's it. That's why they want to tax you and not tax the companies. Being a man isn't something these women can even comprehend. Well, women don't need men today. That's the problem. I mean, it's not a problem, but it's true. Like women today really don't need men. They don't need you to have a baby. They can just go to a sperm bank, buy the sperm, and get impregnated if they got a baby. They can have 3 of the same babies with the same sperm. IVF is cheap for a woman and not for a man because a man, if he wanted to do that, he's got to hire a woman to give birth to the kid. You know, it's expensive. Women don't even need a man's protection. They just call the cops. The police will protect them. They can get a fucking gun, mace. They don't even need. They go to take karate. They'll beat the shit out of half the men in the city. Women don't need men. That's why, like, if you're a man and you marry a woman, and like she gets tired, she just throw you the fuck out. and take all your wealth. And the courts allow it because they make money with divorces. And they want women to file for divorce. That's just a fact. Or else the courts would be empty if it wasn't for divorce. All the lawyers, they wouldn't make any fucking money. Why would you go to court? For what? For small claims? Family court is big money. Big money. Big money. These judges make big money. And they think like they're defending their fucking their alma mater because all these judges are lawyers, so they have to protect their industry, right? So they fuck the men over, so the women say, "Wow, I can get all this money. Let me go to court. The judges will be on my side. Of course, they're gonna be on their side. Of course, unless, yeah." But I was with her since high school. Yeah, I mean that's the way it is. I mean, you're gonna see like in the future a lot of men they won't even get married. They're probably gonna do the same thing, like hire get sperm or eggs, hire a woman just to give birth, and never and that's it. Or like do like three babies at one shot. Like implant three eggs and she'll carry three little babies, and that's it. And it's cheaper. It's cheap. I mean, a lot of marriages are successful. There's a lot. I know a lot of friends that have been married for years with 4 kids, 5 kids. It's just it's some people they make the wrong choices. Trump had to sign what into law? Dude calling you an incel clearly has. John, what's up? Come on, guys, let's double tap the screen. We got 18 thumbs up and 120 people watching the live. I think we could do better than that. Crazy Croatian. Yeah, I'm a little better. Not 100%, but thank you. I did undermarriage. There should be like marriage insurance. You know how much that would cost? Oof. That would cost a fortune. What the hell's today's date? The 27th. Gotta fix my watch. That's what it is. All these fucking law schools, think about it. Oh, ah. All these law schools sell degrees to lawyers, right? And a big part of half of their curriculum is family law. Not that you have to major in. Once you're a lawyer, you can practice any law. It doesn't matter. So that's why we're inundated with fucking these fucking with these people that write these articles on you should leave your husband. You understand? It's meant for failure because these lawyers would go bankrupt. There wouldn't be no reason to be a lawyer. What are you gonna like if there wasn't family court and divorce law? What would you be a lawyer for? To defend criminals that have no money? What are you gonna get paid? What do you think? You're gonna get everybody's gonna be John Gotti that has $20 million to stay out of jail? Who are you gonna work for? What did I do? Yeah, I mean, what are these lawyers gonna do? Be all real estate attorneys? They'll go broke. I think I did it right. Yeah. That's what these lawyers will fucking do. Still waiting for my cheap eggs. How much were eggs, Joanne, at the supermarket? No, everything's expensive. $8 a dozen for eggs? Wow. Yeah, what about the bird flu? Who knows what these bird flus? They're probably importing eggs from China. What do you want them to do? What do you expect the farmers? That's their cost to sell the eggs. What do you want Trump to do? Like force them to sell it to lose money? It makes absolutely no sense. So so John says the eggs are $5 in Canada. You know how much it costs just to put out one egg? One egg. They have to feed all those chickens, abide by all the regulations, put them in cartons, ship them, transport them. It's probably expensive to transport the fuck. They got to clean them. Forget about it. The work that's involved in just producing one egg, people don't even realize that. They take it for granted. Didn't Trump promise to end the war in Ukraine right after the election? By the way, what happened to the promise? Well, he's trying to do it. He's trying to do it. Well, how many promises did Joe Biden break? What did Vice President Harris promise? To spend money? She's she threw away $2.5 billion in her campaign in like less than 5 months. So just think, in 5 months, Vice President Harris and her campaign spent $2.5 billion. You really wanted somebody like that to manage this country? Where did that $2.5 billion go? And then they were in the red for $20 million. Where did the money go? Where did that money go? Biden got drug prices down. And yeah, because the way they get the drug prices down, they just subsidize it. It's stupid. How do you think they get you think they're gonna just the pharmaceutical company is just gonna lower their drug prices just like that? Hey, okay, hey, can you lower your drug prices? Pfizer? Wait, hold on. Let me ask my. Hey, can we lower drug prices, guys? Yeah, sure. Why not? Okay, Joe, we're gonna lower drug prices just for you, my buddy. Okay, thanks a lot. They subsidize them. They subsidize them. That's all. That's what they do. They subsidize it. So if let's say the price is $100, the government gives them 80. That's what it is. Gives them 80. Not only that, a lot of these pharmaceutical companies are foreign companies. People don't even realize, like what pharmaceutical companies are based in Israel? Yeah, look at all these pharmaceutical companies. Teva Pharmaceutical Ltd. Israel, Protalix Israel, Compugen Israel, Pepticon Israel, Ayala Pharmaceuticals Israel, Taro Pharmaceuticals Israel, Eurogen Pharma Israel, Kamada Pharmaceuticals Israel, MediWound Limited Israel. So who's fucking you out of the drugs, right? Look up where these pharmaceuticals are from. What pharmaceuticals operate in the United States? I mean, it's like nothing. Acerto, Alexion, Johnson and Johnson, Adam Pharmaceuticals. There's Merck, right? Eli Lilly, Merck, Bristol Myers. So it's not only the pharmaceutical companies in America that are charging you high prices, it's foreign countries that have pharmaceutical companies in them that don't pay taxes in America. And they charge whatever the fuck they want for the drug. I mean, you people, do you even understand, have any common sense on what's going on? Do you realize that? I just showed you. There's like 12, 15 pharmaceutical companies just in that little country, Israel, right? Selling America drugs. They can't do business selling their own people drugs because there ain't enough for them to buy it. So the majority of it is sold here through insurance. And all of that is fucking tax free. There's no tariffs on those drugs. Oh, it'll be too expensive. Oh, people won't be able to afford it. Oh, but we'll tax the guy's home. We'll tax people out of their own fucking homes. We'll income tax people to death. That's okay. Am I American? Yeah, I'm American. What are you? Crazy Croatian. Is that crazy Croatian? No. Oh, Brad. How you doing, Brad? Croatia. I thought you said me. Yeah, I'm American. There's no billionaire. It doesn't matter when if you're a person and you live in the United States, right? Then your tax is based on a percentage because you're agreeing not to tax foreign companies to do business here in America. You're 100% on board with that. That's what it is. If you sit there and you say, "Oh, it's going to cost me too much money at the register, but I want to pay income and property taxes," and let them do business in America for free. So if anybody's telling you that if a foreign company imports their goods and it's going to cost you more, they're fucking you because they're going to tax you. What about who? I mean, seriously, think about what you're saying. Don't buy milk. Don't buy it. Don't buy it. Don't buy eggs. Use eggs sparingly. That's it. You don't have to eat fucking. How many eggs do you eat anyway a week? I haven't had an egg in a week. Yeah, New York City has a lot of taxes because there's no import tax. Why shouldn't New York City should be able to charge import taxes? So if a company wants to do business in America, they should be taxed like everybody else is taxed. We all pay taxes. Why shouldn't they pay taxes? Like it makes no sense. It's expensive for me to own my house because I got to pay property taxes. Why aren't these foreign companies forced to pay taxes like me? I'm forced to pay taxes in my house, or else they're going to take it from me. They'll have a fucking tax sale and sell my house. But you want foreign companies to be tax free? But I don't know what to say anymore. Billionaires will pay taxes. They pay taxes. New York City isn't a real place anymore. Ben, when eggs are unaffordable, should I drink a highly processed protein shake filled with chemicals? Yeah, if you want to. You could probably find cheap eggs at the dollar store. Let's see how much the egg. They're a dollar. Everything at the dollar store is a dollar. How much eggs are at the dollar store? $1.45. Yeah, Dollar General. There you go. Well, they have $2.95. Yeah. How much are eggs at the Dollar Tree? $1.25. Yeah, stop fucking crying. Yeah, go to the dollar store. The Dollar Tree, Dollar General, and they're $1.25 a dozen. I bet you Walmart has cheap eggs, but I hate Walmart. How much are eggs at Walmart? $3.74 for cage free. Just buy the cheapest eggs you can get. Cage free. Organic. Just go fucking buy eggs are eggs. It doesn't matter. Why? Why? You think those eggs are any better than you think a chicken's like different eggs? They all lay the same egg. A chicken egg is a chicken egg. Chinese eggs. Well, then go to the you can go to the supermarket and buy fucking eggs for $9 a dozen. Or you can buy the cheap. I always buy the cheapest eggs I can get. I never spend extra money on eggs. Like if I go to Costco and I buy eggs, I buy the you get the 3 crates flat for $12. It's all the same crap. Believe me, it's all the same shit. Those chickens don't know where they are. They don't give a fuck where they are. They just happy eating, socializing, and laying eggs. That's all chickens want to do. You think chickens are conscious of where they are when they're born? No, they're chickens. Well, I don't know. How can you tell if you're eating a Chinese egg or not? Come on, guys. Let's double tap the screen. Let's get the live going. 22 thumbs ups. We have 72 people here. Let's get it up to let's get it up to 50. Everybody just double tap your cell phone. Now, if you eat fresh from eggs, you will never. All eggs are fresh. They all got to come from somewhere. They all got to be packaged, put in a truck, go to the store, unload them, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Unless you literally go to the farm where they have eggs and you buy fucking eggs right from the farm. Like my friend, he's got like 30 chickens and he sells eggs. It's $5 a dozen. That's what he charges. Trump has bought tax cuts for the billionaires. Well, become a billionaire and get some tax cuts. What are you going to do about it? Trump has bought he owes them. All politicians are paid off by rich people. Tax a billionaire, egg farmer, and the cost of your eggs will go up. Yeah. Hey, what's up, Brad Mills? Henry Broussard. Yeah, if you eat a fresh farm egg, it's totally different. I mean, what do people usually do with eggs anyway? They use them in cooking. They make French toast and they put fucking syrup all over it, sugar, right? Or you make like scrambled eggs and then they salt it, put ketchup, and bacon, and sausage. You don't even taste it. You think, how many people? Like, I bet you if you eat a whole boiled egg from, I would like that would be a good taste test. A cheap egg from the dollar store versus like $1.25 a dozen, right? That's like 10 cents an egg. So if you pay $10 a dozen, what is that? $10. Yeah, I can't even do math. So 100 divided by 12. That's like 80 cents an egg. Look at you forfeiting your freedoms. Like what freedoms am I forfeiting, bandito? Why protect billionaires? I'm not protecting billionaires. Well, you're the one. You're the one. You people are the ones support. But I keep telling everybody, stop buying disposable shit like paper towels, soda, bottled water, napkins, cups, paper plates. Stop doing that. You're the consumer. You don't even realize you have more power than a billionaire. Because without you spending the little bit of money you got, they're not going to be billionaires. You make them billionaires. How did they become billionaires? By you buying their shit. You understand? If you stop buying their crap, they won't be billionaires anymore. You continue to spend your money on idiotic things like paper towels, napkins, bottled water, organic food, stupid crap like that. That they think you're dumb, and they take advantage of you. That's what it is. They're billionaires. They can afford it. You understand? You can't. That's why you hear. That's why you're complaining that eggs cost too much money because you can't afford it. So if you stop spending your money on useless items, you're going to be the winner. So what? So why don't you do that, Crazy Croatian? Go do a Crazy Croatian Bible. He has a right to print the Bible. Why can't he print a Bible? Anybody can print the Bible and put your name on it. King James. That's not a religious figure in the Bible. Who is King James in the Bible? Nobody. He's a fucking guy. He put his own name on the Bible, right? Who the fuck is King James? Somebody explain to me. Who is King James? Find me King James in the Bible. All right, everybody's pissed off about Trump Bible. What about King James? What about all these Protestant Bibles that these guys name the Bibles after themselves? That's okay. Trump is religious. His wife is very religious. Melania is very religious. She baptized their son. He probably did his communion, confirmation, everything. They're a very religious family. So why is it okay for King James? He was a leader of England. To put his name on a Bible, why can't Donald Trump do it? You could do it too. Melania is a very religious woman. Crazy Croatian. Come on, guys, let's double tap the screen. We're gonna die out, and then we're gonna have to say later. Why are we making excuses about eggs? Trump ran on making eggs cheaper. I just showed you. There's eggs in the dollar store for $1.25. There's eggs at Walmart. There's eggs all over that are cheap. You want to go to like Whole Foods? That's non-union. They provide dead-end jobs for all their employees and buy expensive eggs there that are organic. Go spend $12 a dozen. That's how foolish you are. Don't. That's what I keep telling. Don't buy stuff labeled something that. Use your common sense. Don't buy organic food. Just buy food. That's it. Like this banana. Is this banana organic? How can you tell? If I told you this banana was organic, would you believe me? Yeah. Would you believe me? Okay. If I says, hey, here, you want to buy this orange? It's organic. Yeah. Would you believe me that it's organic? This orange. It's an orange. It's an orange. Doesn't matter. Yeah. What are these bananas? T-Rex C. Does anyone know what organic exactly? What does it even fucking mean? Organic. It all grows in the ground. Don't bananas all grow on trees? Don't bananas all grow on trees? Well, you know how stupid people are? The next time you take an organic banana and you peel it and break that banana in half, if there's no seeds, it's GMO. It's GMO. If there's no seeds in the food you're eating, the fruit, it is GMO. If I open this orange and there's no seeds in it, I don't give a shit if it's organic. It's genetically modified orange. It's not organic. It's manufactured and it grows in the ground like every other orange. But if you buy an orange or a banana that have seeds in it, right? That means that's a real fucking banana because all fruit bears seeds. But when they genetically modify it like they do with watermelons, there's no seeds in them. So you think you're buying organic, you bite into a banana or an orange, there are no seeds. These are not organic. These are GMO, genetically modified fruit that have no seeds. Like a mule, right? A mule is a cross. And that's what they do. And now you can't take the seeds from these fruits and grow oranges. They have the seeds from real oranges that have seeds in them. So they're giving you seeds that have oranges that have no seeds in them. So when you go out to the store and you spend extra money buying organic stuff, you're fucking it's the only thing that's organic. I mean, there's absolutely no way you can grow fruits and vegetables without pesticides. I'm sorry. You have to use some kind of or else the bugs will eat all your shit. The deer, the rabbits, the animals, they'll invade your farm and eat all your crap. All your everything that you're trying to grow, they'll eat it. A chicken farmer needs dogs to guard their chickens, right? Or else the chicken hawks, foxes, who knows what will go and eat those chickens. But when they have dogs to protect the chickens, they don't come in, right? It's the same thing with pesticides. It's the same shit. I was watching a video where the chicken hawk went into the fucking coop and there was a rooster in there, and the rooster went after the chicken hawk. So what's going to protect the vegetables and all of that from being eaten alive by all kinds of bugs? There's millions of bugs out there, millions. YM isn't even America. They're eating the dogs. They're eating the cat. In some countries, they love that. Cats and dogs. Trump hasn't lowered the price of eggs. Oh my gosh. Marissa, how long you been here? Go to the dollar store. It's $1.25 a dozen. Eggs. How do they get them cheap? How can the dollar stores sell them cheaper than the supermarkets? Because they have no overhead. See, if you go to, let's say, Stop and Shop, like where I live, King's, uh, ShopRite, they have unions. There's a ton of people working in those stores. So everything in those stores is going to be more money. But people won't go in there. They'd rather go to Lidl or all these or Crow or Trader Joe's where there is no union. The people work for fucking nothing. They're all dead end jobs, so they can save $3 at the end of when they check out. Oh, I saved $1.79. I saved $4, right? Instead of going to stores where they literally pay their employees well, have pensions and health care and this and that, you're not supporting those stores because you're too fucking cheap. You'd rather go support like Dell or Trader Joe's or Whole Foods where there's no fucking union. Look at Amazon in Canada. They wanted to unionize to have livable wages so they can even just make enough money to go to fucking work, and they shut down. Right? Right? But you'll go save money. Yeah, go save money. Go to the dollar store and go save $2 on a dozen eggs. I'm a 50-year-old white man weirdo. Well, thank you. You're not the first one who said I was weird. Fox is not news? I don't watch any news.
Let's talk about what?
Well, when you had a prior president giving billions and billions and billions of dollars to a war, you think they want to end the war with all that money? Do you know that every general in the Ukrainian army are billionaires? They're all billionaires. The president of Ukraine is a multi-billionaire. He's a dual citizen, Israeli, American, and Ukrainian. And who knows? He's probably got dual citizenship with Russia. Who knows who else he's got citizenship with? He owns houses all over America. But yet he's the president of Ukraine with homes here, coming here, forcing, getting money from this country. And Biden was giving it to them, knowing that he's got billions of dollars in it. So why don't you use your own fucking money first? Why don't they say that to him? When you're broke, when you have no money as the president of Ukraine, then come here. Maybe we'll give you something. Until then, don't ask for nothing. That's like me coming to you with money falling out of my pocket. Say, can you lend me $20 and never pay you back? I mean, do you really even understand what the fuck you're saying? Like, you're against Trump for the wars, but you don't even realize how your former president and first lady fucked you out of billions and billions and billions of dollars, increased the deficit, raising your taxes, making it harder for you to make a living, raising the cost of eggs. You think it's a fucking joke. Continue to vote for people like that. Because there's a lot of opposition. The Democrats. That's why. That's why. Who's been funding Ukraine? You get like a guy like Mitch McConnell. He's a turncoat. Everybody, even the Republicans, they're all getting a part of that, a piece of that. At least Trump said he wants to end the war. When did Trump say he wanted to end the war? I mean, Biden. Never. Or Harris. Did she ever say during her campaigns that she was going to end the war? No, all she ever said was, we're going to spend money. Spend, 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 spend. That's all she said. Spend, 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 spend. Spend, 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 spend. You guys are so cheap, you don't even want to double tap the screen. And you're worried about Trump. You don't even want to tap the screen. Like, that's so hard to double tap the screen, to give a thumbs up. It's so difficult. Oh God, I gotta do that. Oh, but let me say idiotic things in the live stream so I look stupid. TM, what's up? YM, and Tevi, hey, what's up, Ann? Jay Maninero, Trump administration added 9 trillion. Yeah, when? 9 trillion? It was 7 trillion, and it was during COVID. And Joe Biden added another 7 trillion on top of that during COVID. That was the biggest theft in American history, COVID. And who made all the money? The pharmaceutical companies. Purell is a company that's based in Pakistan. Do you know that? A Pakistani owns Purell. Do you think that when they imported all the hand shit, the hand sanitizer, the mask, all that crap, you think that they paid taxes on that? No, not at all. Not at all. You paid the taxes. You lost your job. You lost your freedom. You were forced to wear a mask. Well, all these companies importing all this COVID shit were able to do business here for free. Right? Mike with Mike. There is not one service or good you could name that isn't made totally from another country. The world has to work. Yeah, Mike, but you can't expect a foreign company in another country to do business in America for free when we as citizens have to pay to live here. How do you not understand that? Why is that such a problem? I have to pay to live in America. I got to pay taxes. I got to pay gas tax, licensing taxes, registration, property taxes, food tax, this, that. I can tax the fucking debt. But you want foreign companies to import their shit in America for free because we have to be nice to them. What the fuck are they doing for you? For me? My cost of living goes up while their cost of doing business goes down because they don't have to pay anything to do business in America. What don't you understand? How are you blinded like that? It makes absolutely no fucking sense. Why don't you go work for them for free? Why don't you be nice and go to that country and work for free? It's the same thing. You're an American. They can do business in America for free. Why don't you go there and provide free labor? Help them out even more. Why don't all you guys crying about tariffs go to these companies? Hey, I'll work for you for free. Free. Don't worry about it. I'll pay for my own way. You could do more business for free. It'll be cheaper for you to do business. But American companies, you want to tax the rich people in America, you want to tax companies in America, but you don't want to tax foreign companies. You want them to do business for free in America, right? Like pharmaceutical companies, Nike importing this, all these companies. You want them to pay no tariffs. But luckily, Trump is smart enough to put the tariffs on them. I don't even think there should be any deals. That's it. You want to do business in America? It's going to cost you fucking 30%. And if you tariff us, we're going to tariff you 50%. Or sell your crap somewhere else. We're the consumers. They want to sell us the stuff. We don't ask to buy their crap. I'm sure you're probably happy about that, Jay Maniero, that they didn't pay. I'm sure you're probably ecstatic. You probably like that, right? That Mexico got over in the United States. You're probably happy about that. Pat, what? Tariffs? Laura, you can't have free trade. The United States and China have a $400 billion trade deficit. Do you know what that means? That means that China is making 400 to 500 billion dollars a year more than we import into China. How can we have free trade? Because when you have free trade, like France, they didn't want to import American wine. So Trump told them, all right, you don't want American wine to go to fucking France, then we're going to tariff all your wine, which they should tariff it anyway. We don't need French wine. We have California wine. It's the best wine in the world. Listen, we don't need to trade with these fucking people who don't want to pay to do business in America. If you don't want to pay to do business in America, go do business somewhere else. That's it. You people should all be for tariffs. You should write a letter to your fucking senator. Why are you taxing me and you're voting not to tax a foreign company? Why would you do that? Why are you letting billionaires and foreign companies not pay any taxes in America? Why would you want to pay the taxes? Personal taxes. I know nothing about tariffs. Yeah, I know. That's all you can say is I know nothing about tariffs. That's what tariffs is. When you don't allow when you tell a foreign company, don't worry, we're going to lift the burden of tax on you and we're going to place it on our citizens. That's what you should understand about taxes. That's the only thing you should be concerned with is your money, not somebody in a foreign country doing business here or free trade. There's no such thing as fucking free trade. When there's a trade imbalance, there's no free trade. That's just the way it is. The problem is that we have politicians who are not for the people. They'd rather help foreign countries and not have them pay taxes, but they want to tax you. They love citizen taxation. They don't want to tax goods and services because they make more money like that. Why I'm crying about? Yeah, it's your own fault that the eggs cost money because when you don't complain about politicians lowering your taxes for the rich and the poor and lowering corporate taxes, things are going to be expensive. But but Democrats want foreign companies to do business in America for free, not to pay any taxes. John won't admit Trump is owned by the billionaires. Trump is a billionaire. Was Biden owned by the billionaires? What billionaires own Trump? Elon Musk is cutting pork. You got to go look it up. Oh, look at this. Miami Retro. We got Chinese writing. I'm sorry, buddy. I don't understand that. Please don't spam. Come on. If you spam continually, you're going to get timed out. All right? Stop spamming. All right. I'm going to time you out now. All right? You're going to stop? The next time you spam like that, I'm going to have to time. I like timing people out, but, and write it in American because I don't know what you're writing. Yeah, Purell. What did Marissa say? Purell is an American brand owned by Gojo Industries in Akron, Ohio. Yeah, but there's another company that's owned by Pakistani guy. Donald Trump is my president. Good. I don't care if the guy, I don't care if the guy's but just pay taxes in America. You want to do business here, you got to pay, like everybody else pays. Poor cab drivers, they got to drive a cab 12 hours a day. They pay taxes. Why shouldn't foreign companies pay taxes? There is a lot you don't understand and seem to believe you have something to say that might convince others that you have a lot of smart ideas. Douglas, I don't know what you're talking about. About to say about what? What did I say that offended you? What are you offended? So are you talking about tariffs? So you want that foreign companies don't pay anything to do business in America? That's what you want. You want to personally be taxed to lift the burden of tax on foreign companies? Is that what you want? Then pay taxes. What can I tell you? You think you're smart? You must have went to college, right, Ben? Ed Mill, two genders. That's right. Tariffs are a tax on assholes who buy foreign goods instead of. Well, there's no problem in imports. I'm not against importing. I'm against the government, the politicians we have, allowing these companies to do business for free. It should cost them as much or more than a company in America to do business. And let them take the cuts. That's the way it should go. Or just don't buy it. When it's too much money, you're not going to buy. Who here goes out and buys Gucci sneakers for $3,000-$4,000? Has anybody here ever bought Gucci sneakers? Has anybody here ever bought a pair of sneakers over $500? No, because you're like, fuck that. I ain't got the money to buy that. It's the same thing with anything else. Once there's so much money, they're going to make a smaller amount of the product because they know a smaller amount of people are going to spend 3,000, 4,000 on a pair of shoes. How many people here ever bought a pair of shoes for $5,000? What's that brand? The CC?
Coach?
No, no. How many people here has bought a pair of Chanel's? How many people here has bought a pair of Louis Vuitton shoes? 3,000 Ferragamo. Who? How many people here has bought a pair of shoes like that? Tom Ford. How many people here has bought a pair of Tom Fords? And they're cheap. Like these shoes here. These are Johnson and Murphy. $200. How many people here has bought a pair of shoes for $200? Johnson and Murphy. No, because even if they put the tariffs on them and they can't afford them, and you're not going to buy them anyway. You're only going to buy crap you could afford. So why are you against tariffs? It just makes absolutely no sense. Everything should be taxed. Food, clothes, everything. This way, and then they should lift the burden of tax off the citizen and put the burden of tax on the consumer. That's it. Why are you for paying property taxes? Trump is a clown. Trump administration has taken down the Constitution from the White House website. Has the Constitution of the United States been taken down from the White House website? No. There's no news about that. U.S. Constitution disappears from White House website after Trump. Oh, okay. U.S. Constitution disappears from White House website after Trump takes power. Yeah, who took it down? You think it was Trump? It's probably a Democrat. It was probably them trying to pretend like Trump is against the Constitution. How can Trump be against the Constitution when the left let all these migrants in? Literally broke immigration laws, spent hundreds, probably trillions of dollars on migrants of your taxpayer money, on foreigners. How are they upholding the Constitution? Trump is upholding the Constitution by upholding the law, like birthright, like people coming here giving birth to their children and then automatically getting a birth certificate. That's not what that law reads. That law reads the parents have to be citizens, legal, to give for you to have your child born in America and be a citizen. You can't come here illegally, like be on here on vacation and give birth. Do it unintentionally. If anybody took down the Constitution, it was probably the Democrats, because the Democrats never. When have the Democrats followed the Constitution? No, to all people born from legal citizens, not from illegal citizens. If you're here illegally, you're not supposed to be here. Do you understand? If you're not here legally, you're not supposed to be here, right? If you come here on a visa, you're not supposed to. The government should give you a temporary birth certificate. Then, when you go back to your country, then you get a birth certificate from that country. Why should you be entitled to a birth certificate here? Mexico doesn't have birthright in Mexico. Democrats more like it. All right, let's look up 14th Amendment. Where? Yeah, right? It's not off completely. It's for people that are here legally. You can't be here illegal or on vacation and give birth and then they're American citizens. Because a lot of people do that. You know how many people from China come to the United States and give birth to their children and then go back and then they come here. They're citizens. I know you are a Trump supporter. Can you read? Yes, Eric, you must think you're a very smart person to say that, right? That you say, "Can I read?" You must be very intelligent. We should all be happy you're here. Wow. Yeah, but the Constitution means for not for anybody to come here intentionally to give birth because you can't become a citizen. You can't get access to America. So you come here on vacation and give birth and then go back to your country with an American birth certificate. That's what you're trying to say that's legal? That's fraud. That's fucking fraud. If you intentionally come here to give birth and then go back, that's fraud. That means there's people waiting online to come here legally and work and become citizens legally. But these people just come here and skip the line. You're okay with that. That's fraud. Yeah, prophets, they twist the Constitution. That's like Democrats, they want to say that all white men are inherently racist. Yeah. So the Civil War ended in 1865, correct? It lasted 4 years. Yes or no? Right. 5 years later, 5 years later, now it would take 5 years after the war to get both sides back together as one unified country again, right? White men voted to allow black men to vote. How is that racist? So white men were racist. They wouldn't have allowed them to vote. And women got the right to vote in 1920 something, 50 years later. So black women and white women weren't allowed to vote. But black men were allowed to vote 50 years earlier. And black men were already in politics at that time. There were governors. Look it up. Look at history. So how are these Democrats going around calling white men or white people in general racist when we're nowhere near racist? Historically, it says that we're not racist. If you look at history, it shows you that white people are very nice, kind, gentle people that help everybody. I'm questioning if letting women vote was a good decision. Well, I mean, they're citizens too. Why not? When you're a party and you're losing votes and you don't, and you know that you're losing ground with population, then you'll do anything to get voters, like Democrats. That's why they let in all these migrants. The only reason why they let the migrants in, okay, is what a lot of people don't tell you. You're probably not going to believe me. You're going to call me names, right? Is because the deficit is almost $40 trillion, $34 trillion. So what they do is they divide all that deficit with the people of America. It doesn't matter how much money you got. You're responsible to pay your share of the debt. Laugh all you want. So what they do is they bring in people by the millions to spread out the debt so they can borrow more money. Do you understand that? You're responsible for that debt. You have to pay it back. You're the citizen. It's your money. You voted for these people. You're responsible for them spending the money. You're responsible for not allowing foreign companies to pay taxes in America to do business because you're voting for a group of people who are helping them, not you. So as the deficit goes up and the population decreases, the amount that people owe increases. What are you doing, Joey? Why are you standing around like that?
I was reading that paper,
Yeah.
trying to figure out
About what?
trying to decide on what I'm gonna make for dinner, but only if you decide.
I don't know. Just cold cuts are old now.
I just bought fresh cold cuts today.
What kind of bread was that?
The bread you bought yesterday.
That's too heavy. I don't know. You think so? You think it's good?
I got a roll and I got the other one too.
White bread. Yeah, you could. That
I bought
bread.
tuna fish too.
What kind of tuna fish? Yeah, I'll do a surf and turf. Think about it. The deficit. Let's see how much. That's only one. There's three deficits. What is the U.S. deficit? They won't even put the number here because they're just too embarrassed. What is the national debt? They won't even tell you. Where is the U.S. Debt clock? Is that it? Yeah. Here, look at this. Go on your phones or wherever, look up U.S. debt clock, and you'll see all the money America is in debt for. It's all in the red. U.S. unfunded liabilities, 226 billion. Unfunded liabilities, 226 billion. Medicare liability, 43 billion. Fiscal security liability, Social Security, 28 billion. Liability per citizen, $664,000. That means you owe the government $664,000. $664,000. And you want to vote for politicians that fund wars, don't want to tax foreign companies, want to tax you to fucking debt, spend money like it's nothing, bring in refugees, migrants, and spend billions and billions of dollars helping them while they're taxing you? Are you stupid? Are you fucking like mental? Yeah, pretty soon we'll all be poor. We'll all be poor. So Trump is not our ideal. Trump is the weapon. By having Trump, we compelled the leftists to actually live out the standards of dignity that they try to impose on us. Yeah, of course, because look at that mayor in California, Los Angeles. That mayor can give a shit about uh, Los Angeles. The city was on fire, and she took a flight to Africa to go dancing and play games with some people in Africa. She's trying to make deals with contractors so she can get a kickback. So instead of the homeowners going to take care of their land, they won't let them in. They want to give contracts out to big contractors in the cost of billions of dollars, right? And that's how corrupt they are. Those are Democrats. Those are DEI hires. If you go watch Donald Trump, tell her and tell that other guy. You know what he told him? He says you expect a fucking insurance company to stay in Los Angeles when there's no water? You think the insurance companies are stupid? I mean, you don't think the insurance companies probably survey the water resources that a city has to put out fires in case there's fires? So they probably realized, wow, there's no fucking water. Or they had like small fires where there was no water and the houses burnt down completely. And the insurance companies paid out, right? So now the insurance companies say we should do a survey and see if. So they were smart enough. They got out just in time. They got out just in time. They saw it coming. They says, "Holy shit! This whole area has no water, brushes." And then they probably did a survey, a research, and the guys went back and told them, "Yeah, if there's ever a fucking fire here, this place is gonna go up like a tinder, like a tinder." And they says, "We're out." They canceled everybody's policy. Why? Because of the incompetence of the Democrats, the DEI hires in California, because they're more concerned about stupidity than the actual citizens. You know, they're more concerned about migrants than the actual citizens having fucking water, because they're probably a water company that's owned by one of these people in California robbing them of the water, of making them pay high prices for water. So when Trump goes in there and tells them to their face, if I was an insurance company, I'd want to leave too because there's no water here. You can't put out fires. There's no safety. There's no water to drink. Why would you even have DEI? You're going to have some lunatic like be in charge, like that lady. She has no clue. She could give a fuck. She only cares about herself. She kept over speaking the president. Well, if I was the president, I'd be like, I'm going to find a way to take you out of your position and send in the government agencies to take over the fucking state. I mean, how is that state? Oh, like they're so proud that they have the third largest economy, but they're broke. What's the point? What good is it that you have an economy, the third world's, but you have no fucking money? The state of California is in the red of the trillions of dollars. They just do nothing but fucking spend stupid money. Like New York City. Why the Mayor Adams wanted to borrow $15 billion for migrants? Why would you do that to your citizens? Why would you do that? Why would you make them pay back $15 billion for fucking migrants? That you really don't even need them. What work are these migrants doing? That you go to the supermarket, there's all self-checkout. Fucking Amazon wants self-driving trucks. Amazon doesn't even want to pay people a decent living wage. Walmart, none of these stores. Where are these people going to work? What are these people going to do? Oh, in Newark, they're working in fish factories. They're working in fish factories, all not paying taxes, all unregulated. Who knows who owns these fucking fish factories? They should go to jail, whoever owns those fish factories. What it came when it came a medical issue, like they want to pay for people to have uh operations. Like, how the fuck is that? Oh, you go to jail and the jail pays for it, the state pays. What are you, nuts? You're in fucking jail. You have no rights. How does a politician lobby for these people in jail to have more rights, more better medical care than you do as a citizen? How do you vote for these people? Like, there was a guy, I forgot what he wanted to give prisoners the right to vote. I'm like, because the Democrats have no voters. If you have a Democrat that wants to allow criminals to vote, it's because you have no voters. You need a voting base that you don't have. The only voting base you have are people who are mentally incapacitated, who are like jealous of rich people because they have nothing. So they want to take what somebody else has and huh? Gefilte fish? Oh, not my lunch. You are on the ACA? Oh, you cooked the roast beef? Oh.
Yeah, we got like a cheesesteak for you.
Think about it. Why would you want somebody like that mayor that don't even want to fight to provide water for its citizens? What the fuck good is she? Why? Because she's like lucky she got that because they probably like put her in there. Like all the firemen in the town, they're all like all the leaders, like instead even the fire department, like all those women firefighters that were DEI hires. When did they go to the town and say, "Hey, we have no fucking water. We can't even put out fires." You know how stupid they are in California? When the other states came to help them with the fires, they wouldn't let the trucks in because they wanted to test them for emissions to make sure they meet California emissions. Rather than worrying about putting out the fires, that I think the whole Los Angeles is covered in smoke. They're worried about the emissions coming out of the trucks. Those are the DEI hires. Are you talking to me, Marissa? What didn't happen? That happened. I believe it. Listen, if California is letting the water flow out and not fill in the reservoirs, then I can easily believe that they prevented fire trucks from other states going into the state because of emissions. That's how fucking crazy these people are in California. What are you gonna eat? Just that? I'm gonna have a sandwich. This is good. You want one of these? It's fun. I have something. So I toasted it all. Put it on there. It's a big deal. You watch other when you go to a restaurant, you don't watch people eat, right? When you watch TV shows and they're having dinner, you don't watch them eat. John who? Detroit Coalition. What are you talking about? Yeah, what are you talking about? Thank you. Mm-mm-mm. We have Obamacare and Obama phones. The tires wouldn't leak to change oil to service them so they wouldn't break down. Yeah, okay. Come on, Ed. So you're trying to tell me that the California thinks that those other states' fire trucks are serviced? Like they're fucking idiots? Like the firemen in Oregon? Like they don't know how to maintain their own trucks? An oil change is going to make the truck break down? No. No, they were checking emissions. Imagine that. The whole fucking state is on fire. And they want to check they're probably embarrassed. Like the Los Angeles Fire Department is probably embarrassed. Because I'm sure if they had water, the proper water pressure and everything, they could have put that fire out. So how is checking tire pressure and oil in the trucks not stupid, man? That's a stupider argument. Like those firemen, that's their job is to maintain the trucks. They do it. They're all fucking mechanics, basically. Those firemen, that's their job. They do PM. Maintenance, they check the oil, they check the air pressure, they check this, they check the hoses. They make sure those trucks are running 100% in cases of fire in their own state. I'm hearing it on the news, man. CNN, NBC. They're not just like people saying it for fake. It's true. I mean, California wants to literally ban all engines, even like gardeners. So they want all these gardeners to have all electric powered fucking lawnmowers and weed whackers, blowers. That's impossible. How are they going to have enough battery to run all that equipment? You know how much energy a lawnmower uses? It's going to run the motor and run the blade. You really think they could ban electric engines for gardeners? Where are these migrants going to work if they're all going to cut your grass? They won't be able to cut your grass. You're lucky one lawnmower with one battery can cut a small yard. Later, John. Thanks for coming in, buddy. I'll see you again, my friend. Yes, they are. They're trucks. It's like a bus, like a school bus. They're trucks. They're designed to work. Those engines can do anything. What do you think they're paying $3-4 million for those trucks? Because they can't drive down the highway? I don't think so. When I was in the Army, we used to have the trucks.
This is why the grocery prices increased in the entire nation, is because Kamala Harris had a deciding vote on the Inflation Explosion Act, and she voted for it. That's why everything was inflated. Well, blame it on Kamala. Why inflation is where it is.
91B? What is that, tanker? So when we used to get in the deuce and a halves, they did like 50. They weren't made to go fast. We still drove them on the highway. Doesn't matter. Whatever the truck can, as fast as it can go, that's it. That's all people care about. Nobody cares about the good things in life. Marissa, what are you going to talk about? Talk about something else. Oh, wheeled vehicle mechanic. So, yeah, Steve Wolfie. Were you a mechanic? Even like a track. They can only go so fast, but they go. That's their top speed. That's it. I mean, when you're inside of it and you're going and you're in a track, you feel like you're going fast, but you're only going like 30 miles an hour. And there's no windows. Roast beef and cheese on a roll, toasted. You want that, Joanne?
You got enough. I just ate tuna. I'm eating this and I'm eating chicken. Good.
My friend Joanne. Both. It'll all lead back to Trump. Yeah. Because the people in LA wanted complete control so they can like hire whoever they wanted to hire to get kickbacks. That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. Donald Trump told them, why do these people have to wait a week to go to see their fucking property? Why do they have to wait a week?
Because that's what the mayor said.
Oh, they can go now. It's like in Hawaii, another crazy lunatic Democrat state that they won't let the people who own those houses go to their properties. But they still want them to pay the property taxes. They still want them to pay the mortgage. But the state refuses them to go to their own property because it's too dangerous. How's it dangerous? No audio? Yeah, I'm stuffed. Mind me, Trump. Donald Thomas. Well, Trump had nothing to do with the current events. That's all them. That's what you get with DEI hires because they're basically selfish people. They don't care about anybody. They just care about like themselves and their identity and their ideology. That's all they care about. They don't care about people having water. They don't care about that. Mhm. Who owns the water rights in California? I mean, how can you not blame Biden? He's the president of the United States. I'm sure he was confronted with people begging him for water in California. Tell him, we have no water, we have no water, we have no water. And they're just, shut up, shut the fuck up, shut up. And all Biden cared about was funding Israel and funding Ukraine. That's it. And giving money to Jordan and letting all the migrants in. Biden should have stepped in and like Trump is doing and told him, Shannon, how the fuck do you have this whole state with no water? How is this possible?
Why are you letting all the water into the ocean? I mean, Biden signed guaranteed money to Ukraine even during Trump being in office. You can't even stop it. Guaranteed payments. All Zelensky's got to do is come in and say, hey, I need $5 billion. Okay. Biden signed it. Oh, I need $3 billion. Oh, here. Yeah. Oh, my chat stopped. No payment. Ukraine gets very little cash. They're getting cash, Marissa. Stop believing that.
They got so much money.
What equipment? Like they say, oh, they're getting older. What old equipment does America have? They left it all in Afghanistan. So what equipment do we have that's old? From when? From what war? Vietnam? We still have shit from Vietnam? No, everything is new. Whatever they get is new. They don't get old stuff. There's nothing old. Everything is new. America's supporting the whole country, not just the war. They're taking that money and they're investing it. You think all that money's being spent on the war? Come on.
She's not here.
I don't think so.
Naive.
What?
She's naive. Believe in bullshit.
Thank you for your service, Donald. I'm sorry about your disability. It's horrible. I mean, then like, don't you even realize that the president of Ukraine is a dual citizen? He owns houses in the richest places in America. Don't you realize that? He's richer than you could ever fucking imagine. How? He never owned a business. What's his business? That he made billions of dollars. He's a young man.
America made him rich.
How old is Zelensky? He's 47. What businesses have Zelensky owned? Nothing. Nothing. Nothing comes up. Look what comes up when I say, what businesses have Zelensky owned? Garble. Nothing. The guy just got rich off of America. And you wanted to vote for the vice president that would have been worse than Biden. First of all, her husband is connected to BlackRock. So it would have been worse. I mean, she spent in 5 months $2.5 billion. That's a record. That record will never be broken. Never. How do you spend $2.5 billion on a presidential campaign? That's more than Hillary Clinton and Joe Biden and maybe Barack Obama put together. In 5 months. $2.5 billion. You wanted to put your financials on somebody like that? That's like giving your kid a debit card with $25,000 on it, and they spend it in like a week on nonsense. You can't. There's nothing to show for it. There's nothing to show for it. That's like the war in Ukraine. What do we got to show for the money we're spending there? Nothing. What do we got to show for it? There's no money for healthcare, but everybody in Ukraine has healthcare. How many billionaires live in Ukraine? I mean, they say there's two. I find that hard to believe. One guy has 6.6.5 billion, and one guy has 1.7 billion. But they don't mention Zelensky. Is Zelensky a billionaire? They don't even like give you the answer if Zelensky's a billionaire. Like now the internet is all, you can't even believe what they say. And they give you information, they hide it. They scrub it. So you can't find out what the truth is. Yeah. Doris, speaking as a Canadian, why? You can't hear me? Oh wow. What about now? Why, I got my headphones. No, headphones.
Where'd you put them?
Well, I mean, there's hardly anybody here, so maybe I'm gonna get off. Is that better? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? What about now? Can you hear me now? Yeah. Ukraine war was over before it even started. Russia is way too powerful. I mean, Russia could be playing like the game too, you know. I mean, we really don't know what's going on there. We really don't know. Because the only information we have is from the news, and that's it. Like, you know, unless you physically go there, then you'll know. But we really don't know what the fuck is going on. You know, Russia could be saying, all right, let's fight, and America's pumping money into it, and we'll break them. Yeah, because we're losing money. What are we going to gain from Ukraine? Like winning the war with Russia? Oh, we're gonna get food. What food? We don't need like we need Ukrainian food. Yeah, another stupid war. They should just legalize all drugs. Very good, Christian. Why fight a war on drugs? Just legalize. You want to buy heroin? Go buy it. Why does the government give a fuck what you want to do with your body? You know, they don't mind women, you know, my body, my choice, but why can't I do drugs? Isn't that my choice? What's up, Steve? Pardon, what's up? I really don't give a shit if they're victorious or not. How is that going to benefit me? Why should I care about the Ukraine? What do I give a fuck about them? Russia has no power. Even if they took Ukraine, they probably couldn't afford it. That's why the wall came down. And I heard that a lot of the people in Ukraine won't mind going back to becoming Russian because they're all Russians. They all speak Russian in Ukraine. Well, Ukrainian Russian, it's almost the same thing. Why should we care? We got our own problems. Exactly, Marissa. You should be able to buy whatever drug you want. You want to buy cocaine, you should be able to buy it. That's it. You want to buy this, you should buy that. That's it. Just treat it like alcohol. Because once again, if you don't have drugs, you won't have jails. You won't have these fucking lawyers. You know, you won't have colleges selling criminal law degrees. Because basically, a university sells you a degree, sells it. You got to pay for it. So if you don't go there and 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 pay them the money to go to the school to give you a certificate, you're not a lawyer. You can't practice law. Why? Why do you need a license to practice law? Anybody, what's the fucking big? You could just read books and it tells you what the law is. What's the secret? You could hire a paralegal just like lawyers hire paralegals to write motions for them and arguments and all of that shit. What's so like you need to like you can't like a person can't hire me to defend you in court. It has to be a lawyer, but you could defend yourself. Why is that law? Why? Because it's protecting fucking lawyers. It's protecting educational systems to sell law degrees. That's why. I used to be a photographer, and I met this guy. He was so fucking smart, him and his wife, that he was suing this photographer company for, for, for like stupidity. So basically, they made a contract that they were supposed to get raw images. You know, I don't know if anybody knows about digital photography. So you have raw images, and then you have JPEGs. Now, depending on the camera you have, you'll get a good quality JPEG, right? And if it's raw, you'll get a better quality negative, basically, right? So JPEG is like a negative. So when they sent this was like a Chinese company. So when they sent the photographer out, I guess they forgot to tell the photographer, make sure you shoot the wedding in RAW or RAW and JPEG. So the guy went out and he shot it in JPEG. So when the guy got his negatives back, he was like, oh, These are fucking JPEGs. These are not raw. So he's tried to sue the company, like, and he spent so much money going to court. And he hired me to go to court, and then the judge was like, "Oh, you didn't go to college? Oh, you're not qualified." What? I'm not qualified because I didn't go to college. Like, I don't have a degree in photography, so that makes me unqualified. It's common fucking sense. If you it's in the contract that says RAW, then RAW is different than JPEG. It's a higher quality image. So he's entitled to a RAW image, not a JPEG. Right, that's what I just said, Johnny Doe. So the photographer went out, instead of shooting the wedding in RAW, he shot it in JPEG. I mean, if you got a 24 megapixel camera, JPEGs are fine. I mean, there's nothing wrong with them. You're not going to print anything bigger than a 16 by 20. A 24 megapixel JPEG or 20 megapixel JPEG is even 8 megapixel JPEG is going to print a beautiful 16 by 20. Pardon. Trump dynasty. Now we got 29 people. The live is going down. Are you kidding? If the U.S. ever went down, the whole world would become like a dictatorship. There'd be no more there's no more democracy in Europe. Look at England. England is fucked because of the English crown. The people there, they're all a bunch of useless fucking assholes, and they think like they're entitled, and they don't want to work. Well, China's a global challenge because of the American politicians. They're selling us out to China. How do you have a $400 trillion deficit? How do you allow a country to sell $400 billion of goods for free, dude? Like, sell $400 billion of shit in America for free. Come here and do business for free. Now, and China taxes us the fucking debt in tariffs because they don't want our shit. Same thing with Japan. Putin is not good. He doesn't think that Arab, India, China, Indonesia, Pakistan, they total billions of people. While Putin eats his own children, Ukraine must be independent. Well, the war started with Biden. They didn't start with Trump. And I guarantee you that Zelensky was asking Trump for money so he could invade Russia. Monroe Doctrine. What's that, Ann? What's the Monroe Doctrine? You want to come up in the panel, Ann? You have an American imperialism mindset. No good, my friend. America is only. Who cares? But they want to sell all their junk in America. We're their big market. Go sell your stuff somewhere else. You don't want to pay money to do business in America? Go somewhere else. That's it. That's like they tell you if you go to Bentley and you can't afford the car, you know what they tell you? Go buy a Toyota. It's cheaper. Go buy a Nissan. Go buy a fucking used car. If you can't afford a Bentley for $400,000, right? You want them to lower their prices so you could afford it? You want them to give you the car for free? gluten. They don't push these products on us, though. No, we import them because they want to sell them here. They go to buyers to buy the crap. You think we're asking them? Oh, can you manufacture condoms and import them in the United States? No, they want to sell it here. It's a factory, it's a business. The business needs buyers. Do you understand? They need buyers. They advertise, they need buyers. In Trump we trust. Mr. McLibtard. Yes, because they have buyers. I'm not confusing myself. I'm saying if the United States put taxes on every single good that's sold in the United States, goods and services, that's the way it should be. And then lower the American citizen taxes, lower my taxes. Because now you're making money through tariffs. You're not making money through citizen taxation. And what are you talking about? What shit? You just agreed with me. Yeah, so basically, if you get a company in Pakistan making rugs, right? And they have these factories making rugs and rugs and rugs and rugs. They got thousands and thousands of rugs, right? And they want to say, oh, wow, we got a market in America. But they want to import their rugs here. But on the other hand, they don't want to pay they don't want to pay taxes on the rugs that they're importing. And stupid politicians allows them to do it because what they do is they send in their own people that are Pakistani and run in and become and go into politics. And then they write the laws so Pakistan doesn't have to pay tariffs. What do you think is going on? Or they just come to America and they get lobbyists to lobby for Pakistan, so they don't pay taxes and we pay it. Yeah, that's how it works. So the way it works is if I'm the importer, right? I'm buying the stuff. Okay, we're gonna take three truckload, 3 containers full of rugs, and the rugs are gonna come out to $1 million plus tax. That's what they say. So they say we want to sell you the rugs for the whole 2 containers for $1 million, right? And then the guy from the $1 million, he takes off the tariff. That's how it works, and then he gives it to the government. Marissa, come on, I've been saying this all the time. So you want to pay the tax personally and allow foreign companies to do business in America for free, but you want to tax American businesses, American factories making rugs? Is that what you want to do? And you want to tax rich people, but you don't want to tax rich people in foreign companies with that own these factories that are importing their goods. No, conservatives don't like personal tax on Americans. See, the Democrats like taxes, but they don't like taxes for foreign companies, for foreigners. They want to tax Americans. They want to tax, like, come on, Vice President ever said it. We're going to make them pay their fair share. Who? The billionaires, Americans. We're going to make them pay their fair share. Who? American corporations. She never says, we're going to make then pay their fair shares. Who? Foreign companies selling their shit in America. She never said that. She wants to tax you as an American. That's what the left wants to do. They want to make you suffer. They want the burden of tax solely on you, but not on the foreign imports, not on the foreign billionaires. No. Eric, clueless goy? Yeah. Am I a goy? I'm the goyim. Well, that's another. You can't talk about you can't talk about Jews because then you're anti-Semitic, even though it's fact. You still can't mention it because they're a privileged class in America. Like they're the smallest population and they have the most privilege than any other ethnic group in America. And power. Right. What's wrong with that? Edging with Allen, with aliens. What's wrong with that? That's the way it should be. They should add tariffs. Because the way it works is, like I said earlier, if an area rug company wants to sell their rugs in America and they have a buyer and they're importing the rugs, the company. The importee says, okay, you owe us $1 million. The importer in the United States says, okay, I have to collect a tax for the federal government. It's $1 million less 25% tax. So you only get $750,000. That's how it works. That's how it works. And then out of that 250 that he's paying them 750, he's got to give the government $250,000 because he's got to show the receipts. It all comes through customs. Everything that comes into the United States has a bill of lading. You know what that is? A bill. Every single thing that comes in the United States is a bill lading with value. You ever sell on eBay and you had to fill out an import form if you sold overseas? This is the same thing. And the guys didn't want to pay import tax. So this is all, can you send it to me as a friend so we don't have to pay the tax on it? No. Spending raises inflation, not tariffs. Tariffs is income. When companies are paying tariffs, the federal government is making money because they're collecting taxes. It doesn't create inflation. If you can't afford the tax goods imported into the United States, you don't buy it. Are you going out buying a Bentley? No, because you can't afford it. Can you afford a $160,000 Mercedes S-Class? Some people could. The majority of people can't, right? People have so little money, they can only buy like a $1,500 car. You spend what you could afford. If you can't afford the shit that they're being imported and the tariffs being imposed on them, then you're not going to buy it. That's just simple as that. Who here buys jeans that cost $200 a pair? $300-$400 a pair? Johnny, please don't talk economics. No, Ann, you're just hiding the fact that you're wrong. That you know I'm right. Tariffs don't cause inflation. Spending does. And lack of income causes inflation. If you have high credit card debt and you can't pay it, you have inflation. End of story. That's what it is. If you can't afford your own bills, then you have inflation. But if you have money coming in and you pay your credit card debt and your other debt, then you're in the green. Either you're in the red or America's in the red. America's not making enough money to pay off the debt that it owes because of the forgiveness of debt that it gives to foreigners and the money that it spends on stupid programs that it can't afford. It's got to constantly spend more money, print money, basically. And I think big people need to go to work. Republicans hate government spending until they are in office. Well, listen, I'm a citizen. I'm looking at it. Forget about being a Republican. It's just common sense, or being a Republican or a Democrat. If you are for allowing foreign companies to do business in America for free, I don't know what to tell you. And then you're for taxing American rich people, billionaires, whatever, taxing American companies, taxing our homes, us going to work and paying taxes to work, just to have the privilege to work, you got to pay taxes. But these guys, these foreign companies, can do business here for free. They don't have to pay taxes. They don't have to pay anything. Johnny's writing the wrong way. What am I right about? Ann, did you write that down? That's because we owe China. Yeah, why do we owe China trillions? Because we have a $400 billion yearly deficit with China. Yeah. 400 billion times 10. 4 trillion. So in 10 years, we have a $4 trillion deficit with China. You're okay with that? Because Walmart and the Home Depot and all these other shitty companies that sell us garbage, right, want to protect China from paying tariffs because it hurts their bottom line. So they can sell the goods for more and make a higher profit rather than selling the goods at the tax base and making a smaller profit. Don't you understand that? Who's benefiting from Chinese imports? Not you. The companies who are importing them, like Walmart, Target, Costco, BJ's, Home Depot, Lowe's, all these big companies, Macy's, importing all this, because everything you buy is imported. Yeah. Where are Levi's jeans made? China is undoubtedly one of the major producers of Levi jeans. So you have to like dig to get the truth, right? to get the truth. See, because the fucking internet wants to lie to you, right, to protect China. To say, wow, Levi jeans, they're made in China. So who does that benefit? When there's no tariffs. Who does that benefit? Not you. It benefits the Levi company because now they can just get rid of everybody in America, have China make them, and then import all their goods tax free. So all they need is like a headquarters to say, oh, Levi's, and maybe have like a little company sewing a couple of pairs of fucking jeans versus the millions of pairs of jeans that China makes for them, and they export them all over the world. Why don't they make all their jeans here? Why don't they do that? Why do they have China making their jeans? I can tell you one of the reasons, because of the EPA. The EPA is like a subsidiary of the United States that works for China. Because all the EPA does is put restrictions on American companies, emissions on cars. It makes it so difficult to even run a factory that you can't stay in fucking business. Because all the, like California, oh, we're gonna ban motors, we're gonna ban this, we're gonna ban that, we're gonna ban this. Where they gonna get all these electric fucking battery powered shit? From China. From China. What's gonna happen to Striggs and Bratton? All these craftsmen, all these gas powered fucking motors that are supposedly, some of them are made here, they're all gonna go out of business. And everything electronic is gonna come from China. I mean, don't you understand that? What they want to do? Why California is against America? They're like the fucking enemy of the United States. They're not our friend. They were supposed to build that train. They ever build it? No. They never built the train. Billions and billions of fucking dollars from the American people, right? Gone. Gone. And they have like half-ass shit hanging that's probably all rotten now, unmaintained. Where how come China can build trains and this and that? Because there's no corruption. There's no corruption like there is in California. They don't have DEI hires. They fucking fire people. If you're in China and you do a bad job, they throw you the fuck out. You think they're gonna sit there and say, no, they kick you the hell out. There's no excuses. Like that guy that Trump told us, how the fuck do you allow no water in California, the bald guy? If that guy was in China, he would have been fired. That guy should have been fired. The Governor Newsom should have fired him. But Governor Newsom doesn't give a fuck either. Because he's got water. He's got all the water he wants. He needs. He's living for free in the California governor's mansion. He doesn't give a shit. He's like the king without clothes on. He could care less what happens to the people. Because they think they're fucking better than everybody. That's why. I never said if liberals don't like it, they can move. I never said that. Oh, so you like paying taxes, Marissa? Okay. Good. Pay. Pay. You like it that your family, your children, I don't know if you do have any, are not going to be able to afford a house when they're older? That's fine. That's okay. That's okay. You should lobby so anything important to the United States is tax free. That's what you should do, and you pay all the taxes. Yeah, go become a politician. Says, I'm gonna make sure Union or South America nobody pays. We're gonna tax the American people. They're gonna pay. Yeah, that's good. You'd be somebody I wouldn't vote for, Marissa, because what you just said isn't very intelligent. Who gonna? Yeah, How many millions of people do you need to pick fruits and vegetables? First of all, go on YouTube and you'll see how they now to pick all these vegetables, and they have machines that do it all. That do it all. There's just certain crops that you still gotta cut it by hand, and they have specialists that do it. You think they're gonna take some jerk off from anywhere, put him on the farm, and he's gonna start? The guy will die. These are professional pickers. They get paid well to pick fast. They get paid by the bushel when they go to work. You understand? The more bushels they pick, and without damaging the material, they get paid. That's how they get paid. No, I don't like personal citizen taxes, like income taxes and property taxes. That's all I don't like. I think that the government should base taxes solely on goods and services. Any service that's performed should be taxed. Anything. Any good sold or imported should be taxed. And the citizens should be untaxed. We should live as free men and live in our homes. And once we pay off our homes, we should not be forced to pay taxes to the town that we live in. That's the way it should work. No, Marissa, you said, right. So how are you going to transfer the tax burden from property taxes to consumerization, consumer taxes? And then you tax anything that's either a good or a service or an import. That's how you shift the burden of debt, because taxes are debts, right? You're indebted to your county, your town, for property taxes. You're in debt. And if you don't pay it, they kick you out of your fucking house. But yet, you want to allow a foreign company to do business in America for free. But you can't live in your house for free. How does that make sense to you? Oh, but it's going to cost more money. Then pay property taxes. So you could spend a dollar in the dollar store. Yeah. Yeah. So you can go to the dollar store and spend $1, not $2 or $3. Christian, you're always trolling. Yeah, I have a degree in broccoli harvesting. You think these guys who harvest the crops are unskilled? Those people are probably the same people that pick the shit. They've been working on the same farm for years. How many of these people do you think they need to pick broccoli or whatever they pick? They don't need that many people. It's not in the millions of people. It's not in the million. I'm sure there's Americans that pick. Did you ever read the book A Painted House? When there were cotton farmers in the South and they had to pick all the cotton by hand, the kids, everybody in the house. Adriano Natasian, you all have to forget the problem of racist intolerance live according to the law. That's the main thing, keeping racist sentences and tolerances. I mean, you don't think people have a right not to like you? You think everybody has to like you? Do you like everybody, Adriano? You like everybody? You're the most friendly guy in the world, right? Wherever you're from, everybody likes you. You like everybody? Incorrect. My small American business needs products from across the globe. I will be impacted by tariff. Well, then raise your prices, Marissa. That's it. Raise your prices. And then hopefully they'll remove your property taxes. So your living expense won't be as high. You'll have to forget the All right, Adrian, well, come on, we don't need spammers here, all right? Father or Biden? Am I gay? Yeah, I'm happy. Why? You don't see how happy I am and gay? All right, Adriana, if you do it one more time, I'm gonna time you out. So don't spam again. I don't have much time to keep reading your nonsense. It makes no sense. Foolish against what? Note the cult trolling. Then stop watching MSN. Oh my gosh. First guy timed out in a long time. Yeah, but I mean, what's the point of reading the same nonsense in capital letters? Like, what do you? Who cares? Right, it'll continue to go up if the government isn't making enough money to satisfy the debt that it's in. I mean, hello. Because you don't want to, you think like your business is going to be impacted because you want to be the business that pays all the bills and taxes, but you don't want the foreign companies to pay any kind of taxes for doing business in America. Are they actually doing business in America by you buying products from them for your business? Yes, you are. Yes, they are. They're doing business in America. So they should be subject to taxes like everybody the fuck else is. Not a cult. I only watch all the Jazeera. All right, guys, we're almost at 100 thumbs up. Let's try to get up to 100. Come on, guys. Whoever didn't give a thumbs up, let's smash that thumbs up button. Let's knock it out of the park. Let's show YouTube we mean business. Let's show YouTube you really like Johnny Brooklyn. And if you don't like me, hit it up anyway. Yes, there is. You charge tariffs. That's how they pay taxes. What do you think a tariff is, Marissa? It's a tax. What do you think it is? All right, let me do. What is the synonym of tariff? Synonyms of the word tariff include tax, duty, toll, rate, charge, schedule, price list. You understand? So a tariff is a fancy word for tax. You know, maybe I'm going to tell Donald Trump, why don't you stop calling it a tariff? Start calling it a tax so people understand it better. People think a tariff, they don't even know what the fuck it is. A tariff is a tax. No, it's not a tax on Americans. It's a tax on foreign companies. If foreign companies want to charge more money because they're being taxed, it's the same thing as anything. If you go buy a pair of sneakers for $75, and when the tax, we don't pay taxes in Jersey on sneakers, but if you're in New York, you go buy a $75 pair of sneakers, you pay 8.25% tax. You may not buy a $75 pair of sneakers, you can't afford it. So you buy a $50 pair of sneakers. That's how it works. Because when the guy wants to sell his goods at a certain market, he's going to have to lower the price to meet the demand of the people he's trying to target. Because his product is targeting a certain class of people. Like Hyundai. When they have an excessive amount of cars, what do? They put rebates on them. They lower the price. Well, thank you, Union Jack Rue. Union, you cannot be serious. Yeah, he's very serious, and I don't know where did you get your education? Do you have a YouTube Academy degree? I do. My degree is from YouTube. I graduated YouTube 10 years ago. Right, they collect the money, just like when you go to a convenience store or any store and you buy something, you pay taxes, the store owner collects the money. That's it, you don't pay it. The store guy pays it. Trump won. Yes, he did. All right, guys, thanks for coming in. Marissa and Marissa, I think you're flogging a dead. I'm being flogged. Oh, thanks, Ann. They're not the foreign countries, to companies in those countries that want to sell their products in other countries, whether it's the United States or any country. You will have to pay more for imported food. Good. That's fine with me. As long as they don't raise my taxes, I'll pay more at the register. I'd be more than happy to do that. Because a personal tax is there forever. I could choose where I spend my money and on what goods I want to spend my money on. My property taxes are only going to go up. No, tariffs are collected. That's how it works. Who collects the tariff from a foreign company? Oh, listen to this. The Constitution grants Congress the power to lay and collect duties and to regulate commerce with foreign nations because tariffs are no longer a major element of domestic tax policy. They have instead become an instrument of U.S. foreign policy and trade. So basically, they don't want tariffs. They want you to pay the taxes through your income, through your property, through your inheritance, through other means than taxing foreign companies. I mean, don't you realize what that just said? Right. So who collects tariffs? Import duty is a tax collected on imports and some exports by a country's customs authority. So customs agents collect the tax. Because I said it earlier, every single product that comes into the United States has a bill of lading that have values on them. So when there's a container, if the container is full with one product, then the bill of lading only has one product on it. If the container is divided into four sections, four different companies importing four different products, then the bill of lading on that container has a itemized list of there's a bigger bill of lading and there's a value added. And all those containers have to go through customs. Just like when you enter the United States from a foreign country, you have to go to customs and tell them what you purchased in the other country and how much value it is. Did you ever do that on an airplane? That's a tariff. So if you purchased more than a certain amount, you got to pay tax on it. It's called duty to the customs agent before they let you into the country through the airport. Now, if you're trying to sneak shit into the country, right? The customs agents can arrest you and put you in jail, right? Yeah, well, that all should be taxed. All of it. Tax the shit out of it. Because China doesn't want to pay. Because then it'll cost them to do business. Then they gotta eat the tax. Or they gotta make it so expensive we can't afford it. You understand? So they know that they're gonna have to take the cuts. Squid. How you doing, Squid? No, Marissa, I think you're trolling me at this point. I mean, I just read it to you. I mean, what more? It's fucking right here, yeah. Yeah, I just read it to you. Import duty is a tax collected, that's a tariff, on imports and some exports by a country's custom authorities. I just say, don't you understand? Look up what a bill of lading is. What is a bill of lading? A bill of lading, a BOL, a legal document that serves as a contract, receipt, and document of title for goods being transported. It issued by the carrier to the shipper. Right. And it has value on it. And that's so now when anything that comes into the United States, customs handles all that. And if they don't pay the duty, the container stays at the terminal until they pay the tax of the import. That's what happens. They'll let it in, they'll let it off the ship. And then if they don't pay the tax, customs won't let them take it out of the terminal. So now if the guys don't pay it and don't pay, now the terminal starts charging them storage fees. And then eventually the container will go to a tax sale. Just like your home. It's the same thing. That's how it works. Ramen. Carl Norin. What you didn't pick up in school is really showing. Learn something about the country. Hi, Carol. Jew Cooter. Jewy Cooter. He's getting rid of capital gains tax on Bitcoin. He also changed. Well, that's fucked up. If he gets rid of capital gains on Bitcoin, who said that? I didn't hear that. Is Donald Trump getting rid of capital gains on Bitcoin? Well, Eric Trump's tax-free proposal. That's insane. That's crazy. You can't have that. Eric Trump's tax-free, what it means for global crypto market. That's fucked up. See, that to me, that's wrong. That's wrong. That they have zero tax. That's like giving somebody a tax abatement. No, that's wrong. I don't agree with that at all. If that's the case, I won't vote for Trump the next time. Yeah. I mean, if he's gonna eliminate taxes on goods and services and then tax me, or continue to borrow money, then he's a fucking asshole. My opinion. A more attainable global is secure in 200. Diminius exempt. India made 30% on profits on cryptocurrency. That's fucked up. So is it, Donald Trump's executive orders do not include removing capital gains tax on U.S. cryptocurrencies. How can you? Who's gonna? How can you do that? What about the stock market? How are you gonna remove capital gains in the stock market? It's fucking stupid. Capital gains should be even higher. I heard they're gonna make an amendment where he can, because they're gonna try and say that this is this is 47. When he was 45, he lost. Now he's 47. So he's not on his second term, he's on his first term. Right? So his second term, he would have been 45. He would have not been 46. But Joe Biden's the 45th president of the United States. So if Donald Trump won in 20, right, he would have still been, after 8 years, the 45th president of the United States. Where Joe Biden was. Wait a minute. Yeah, Joe Biden was the 46th president, right? Oh, now I'm confused. Was Joe Biden the 46th president of the United States? Why can't they just give you a straight answer? Yeah, Joe Biden was the 46th president. So if Joe Biden would have won the election, he would have still been the 46th president. If Vice President Harris won the election, she would have been the 47th president. So now him being the 40, he should be able to run his first, second term through an amendment. But that'll be a game. You know, I'll do one term, skip, let another guy win, then I'll try again, and I'll have 3 terms. Not gonna happen? Yeah, you never know. Well, I mean, I agree, but he is the 47th president. He's not, he lost the 45th presidency. So now he's a new president. He's gonna have his picture on the wall twice. They might have it like 45, 46, 47. 2 Trump pictures. Unless they put under his, because then it'll be 46, 48 with the pictures. Yeah, what am I talking about? It's a possibility. I heard them talking about it, that they want to make an amendment and let him run for a 3rd term. Tom White. Hey, Tom. How you doing, pal? Trump 2028. Yeah. Tom, tell him, right? So as the 45th president, he lost. Now he's the 47th president. We shouldn't care if other countries put tariffs on America, because we have a trade deficit with other countries, like China and Mexico. All these countries, we have trade with Europe. We have trade deficits. Japan. We don't have equal trade. We're not exporting the equal amount of goods that are being imported, or value of goods from the other countries. So why should we have fair trade, equal trade? That's bullshit. America has, they say, a $400 billion trade deficit every single year. How is that fair trade? Yeah, yeah, Tom. But I heard that they want to do something to change that. Let's see what he's doing talking to Bill Gates. Well, he's got to run in 4 years, right? You know, it's not like he's just going to be the president. He's got to run again, right? Every 4 years, you got to run. So he may lose. I mean, they say Vice President Harris is going to run. Oh my gosh, man, I can't stand her voice. Like, seriously, what did she even say that would make anybody vote for her? All she said was she wanted to spend money. Good. Well, we'll see what he does. I mean, he just got here. Let's see what happens. You know, maybe I won't vote for him. Shadow. There is no amendment that will ever be made that will allow Trump to run for another term. That is just crazy. Let's say it did happen, America. How many presidents ran for 3 consecutive terms? Constitutional amendments. Constitutional amendments, Amendment 22, term limits for the presidency. Okay, so that made it term limits. Yeah, but Roosevelt was a crazy lunatic. That's why they had to get rid of him. He was a maniac. He wanted to give the country away, the New Deal. He just another crazy spending money like crazy. He gave power to the banks. He gave power to, I don't want to say who. He fucking sold us down the tube. They had to get rid of him. So if he would have ran again, he probably would have dissolved America. That's how fucking crazy he was, Roosevelt. What do you mean? He thinks he's Xi Jinping? What does that even mean? Don't don't conflate Roosevelt with AOC's Green New Deal. It's the same shit. It was the same thing. Bullshit, wasteful money. Oh, the world's gonna come to an end. If humans don't do something about it, the world's gonna come to an end. That's the Green New Deal. It's fear tactics. Oil is gonna run out. If we don't start saving oil and charging more money for it, it's all gonna run out. Oh, we need solar panels all made in China. We need windmills, all the parts made in China. Oh, we need electric cars, all the parts made in China. Hi, Belinda. You trust in God? Well, thank you. Me too. We defend Roosevelt against what? I mean, we don't even really know what he did. I mean, this such a long time ago. How is he a dictator? He protects his people. You know that? They don't have crazy migration in China. China protects their culture, their people. They don't let anybody in China. They protect their people. That China's doing what they should be doing is protecting their people. So is North Korea. They don't have the immigration. They don't have that global. What do they call it? like they did in Europe. What do they call that? Yeah, we don't need anybody's junk. Why aren't we taxing them? You want to sell your crap here? You're paying taxes. We don't need car. We have car manufacturers here. We don't need anything. I don't understand why everybody thinks, oh, I need these things that are made. Then you got to pay for it. That's it. Like everything else, everybody else. Gentrification? Like they want to, like there's no cultural mixing in China. They don't let people in their country. They throw you the fuck out. You can't even, you can, if you're not born in China, you can never be a citizen. You can't buy land. The only way you can, the only person that'll be a citizen of you is your children, if they're born there. So if you're married to a Chinese person, male or female, and you live with them in China, every 5 years, you have to go for a review. And they'll tell you, oh, you could stay or you can't stay or get out. Even if you're married, they'll throw you out of the country. They don't give a shit. They don't tolerate this shit that we have, open borders and all of that. If they catch you in China and illegal, who knows what they'll do to you? God help you. Same thing in like all these other countries. God help you. What like Saudi Arabia? What isn't Saudi Arabia taking migrants from Syria, from here, from there? Why are they all going to Europe? What isn't Saudi Arabia is huge. That's a gigantic country. Why aren't they taking people? Or Kuwait that we helped when we helped Kuwait. Why don't Kuwait take all these refugees? How come they're exempt from refugees? Only we are, white countries, let's just say. Oh, we have to take them, right? Because our countries are too white. So we have to mix them. That's what they say. It doesn't matter how hard it is to breathe in China. What matters is that the Chinese government protects the Chinese people from invasion from outsiders, from other people taking their shit. That's what the Chinese government does. The Chinese government doesn't give welfare out to people. You could fucking die. They don't give a shit. There's no welfare there like there is here. Section 8, and they let the other Chinese people pay it. Doesn't work like that in China. Only here we have this crazy, insane welfare system that nobody's paying for it. They just borrow money and give it to people who don't want to work. Then they pay people's rents, and then if you can't pay your mortgage, you lose your home. But these people are still getting $3,000 a month rent for the rest of their lives. Like they're entitled because they have some kind of sickness or something that they can't work, some bullshit. So they're entitled to free rent and free food and free health care. They don't have to work, but I got to go to work. What was that? Nearly 50% of Kuwait population. No, they just migrant workers. They're not immigrants. They just workers. And when they want to kick them out, they kick them. The government has all their passports, or the employees they work for. They're not immigrants. You think Kuwait is going to allow, like the Philippines or whatever country to flood that country and take over the population, like they do in Europe? Are you serious? You know, Kuwaitis don't even work. They're like one of the richest people in the world. Every Kuwaiti's on like a government budget. But the people who go there, the migrants that you're talking about, are just workers. They're just workers. They're maids, they babysit, they're cooks, they do fucking remedial shit. I know because I have friends from Facebook who live in those countries. Who they get work visas from their country and then they go live there. for like 3 years. That visa's like 3 years, 2 years. It's a long time. I mean, this one lady I know, Anne. You must have seen her here. She lives in what's that? Dubai. She lives in Dubai. She's Filipino. I don't know what she does. She lives in an apartment, and she live streams once in a while. I don't know what she does there for work. No, she likes it there. She likes it there. She's not married. She has no boyfriend, nothing. So she'd rather live there than in her country in the Philippines. Yeah, they just workers. They don't. They're not migrant. They're not like immigrants like America. Yeah, Saudi Arabia is a shithole. What do you think Saudi Arabia is? So is Dubai. What do you think Dubai is? Once you look down the buildings, you go behind them. It's a shithole. It's garbage. There's no fucking water. Those buildings, half those buildings in Dubai, don't even have sewer systems. All this shit and the gray water runs into these big tanks, right? And then they go with hundreds of trucks that pump the shit out of these tanks, and then they go dump all that shit in the desert. That's how great of a city Dubai is. They don't even have fucking sewer systems. Yeah. And then Dubai was built by Westerners. You think they have engineers in Dubai? Those people can't even raise their own fucking children. That they got to bring in all these people from all over the world, Africa, all over to take care of their kids. What? The USA welfare system is great. I wish I was on Section 8 and welfare. I wouldn't have to work. Man, if I had a place to live for free, why would I work? And I'm getting money for food. And when you're on Section 8, you're allowed to work. You're allowed to get a job. Yeah, Dubai's a fucking. Half the buildings there are built like garbage. They're all crap. It's all shit. They ever had an earthquake there, they'd all collapse. What do you think? They're built like the buildings in Manhattan and Los Angeles? Those buildings will last forever. They're not like built or Chicago or Texas. You think they build like here? Because at least here we have laws. We have codes. Not like in those countries. That's why Mayor Adams was under investigation because he was giving out permits to these foreign countries like from Turkey that didn't want to abide or pay the money to have the buildings built correctly. So they wanted, so the buildings kept getting failed from them being able to open. So they paid off Adams to force the inspectors to let them to give them a green card of the building. There's a lot of buildings in Manhattan that are that didn't pass inspection that are being occupied. Yeah, I am. I believe that, buildings should be fire safe and safe to exit and all of that. Yeah. Not like when Turkey had the earthquake, every fucking building collapsed because of the corruption. What? I mean, that's not the first earthquake Turkey had, the last one they had. They've had like three before that. But they rebuild it and they rebuild it with garbage, with like fucking glued together sticks and stones. That's what happens. So when they have an earthquake, everything collapses. No, there's no code and regulations because like in Dubai, you can just pay off the inspectors and they'll just go, okay, it's good. The same thing in China. A lot of those buildings, those empty buildings, they're empty for a reason because they're inhabitable. You can't live in them. They're built like shit. They designed for them to knock them down and build new ones. I don't know. That's the system they have. Well, the end is the end in the end is not the end of the world, Belinda. When Jesus told Peter, I give thee the keys to the kingdom of heaven. What you shall loose on earth is loosed, what you shall retain is retained. And the gates of hell shall not prevail against the keys. So Peter had the keys. So the gates of hell should not prevail against the keys, not the world. Remember the devil, when Jesus was 40 days and 40 nights, he promised them the world? Remember that? He says, make bread out of stone. He says, man can't live on bread alone. So when Jesus told Peter, the gates of hell should not prevail against it, the key. What is the key, Belinda? It's the church. The church. When the church is broken, that's the end of the world. It's not the end of the physical planet. It's spiritual. So the church, in my opinion, is the Catholic Church. So when they finally, if they ever take down the Catholic Church altogether, that'll be the end of Christianity. The gates of hell prevailed. That means the world succeeded to conquer the Christian faith. Like I was talking earlier, they're saying, "Oh, Trump Bibles." Okay, so you're so fucking Christian. Why do you worship a book with the name of King James on it? Where is King James in the Bible? So why can't Donald Trump write his own Bible, Trump Bible? Why are you okay with a King James Bible? A man who has nothing to do in the Bible, who did nothing for Christianity, who did nothing for humanity. He forced out the Puritans because he wanted to tax the shit out of them, right? Because after the English Reformation, King Henry started collecting taxes from the Anglican Church. And if you didn't pay, they confiscated your shit. So he got rid of the Catholic Church thinking that, oh, we'll confiscate their property and take all their revenue and force their parishioners to become Anglican, sort of like a 75% Catholic. That's what Anglicans are. And then in time, and they still use the Catholic book until King James came along. And even in the King James Bible, that was King James. Yeah. Why, you got plumbing problems? I'm a plumber. What do you need, Marissa? I just fixed a hot water heater last night. Oh my gosh. I did a video on it. Oh, I'll show you. I don't know if I'm going to put it up, though. I don't like the way the video came out. So what happened was, you see this line here? Let me see if you see this line? This is the cold side. So the cold water comes in here. And this is the hot, and the hot gets pushed out. So the the water heater had a galvanized nipple on it. You can't see it because of the wire. This is an electric water heater. So all the way at the bottom, let me see, maybe you can see it here. So below here, there was a galvanized nipple that the water eroded, and it put holes in it, and it lowered the water pressure a little bit. So water was flying all over the place. So the way I fixed it was, I went and I got a brass nipple, and then I had to get a new pickup tube, and then I just put it all together. I had to put a new shut-off valve because the other one was spinning. Yeah, easy fix. Yeah. See, down here, that's where the galvanized nipple was. And over time, the water eroded it. And so you can't mix copper and galvanize. I mean, that's a fucking fact. You could mix stainless steel. I don't even think stainless steel and copper mix. I think only brass. And it was cheap enough. It was the parts were $44. I charged $300 to fix it. They had no water, no hot water. So I went there the night before. I shut the water off. I got what I needed, all the parts. And the next day I went back and I got the parts in the morning and I fixed it. It took like 3 hours to heat up the water, and then they got with nice hot water. The base was like flooded. Yeah. Ooh. 84 thumbs up. Thank you. Come on, let's see if we can get to 100. Come on, can we get 100 thumbs ups? Yeah, but it took 7 years, around 7 years, for that to corrode. Looks like a Tesla truck. Heather Moliner, bro, how you doing? Come on, guys, let's get to 100. We gotta need 16 more thumbs ups. Maybe later I'm gonna go live on my JohnAvanti channel. You want to subscribe to this channel? I'm already monetized on this channel. I have a lot of hours. You guys are great, man. You guys made it happen. When I get excited, my nipples become galvanized as well, and they begin to stand proud in attention. Oh, nice. Well, Marissa, if you need plumbing work, get my emails in there in the description, and I can come definitely give you an estimate. I do everything but HVAC. I could do a little bit of hot water baseboard heat, but not too much. But all the other stuff I can do. Take it easy, Christian. This is a friendly live stream. No excited. I'd go out, but I'm still a little sick. Obi-Wan Vagnobi. How you doing, Kathy? Luckily, I am not an amputee. Oh, come on. Are you trying to say what I hope I'm thinking? I shouldn't be thinking what you're saying? Oh, gosh. Oh, we can come. Christian, you come in through the back door. See, Marissa, this is why I like talking about politics. Oh, He's not your president. Why? You like Biden economics? Spend, 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 spend? Or Harris economics? Spend, 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 blah, 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 garble? I'm only tickling you. Christian, do you know how to unclog sewer drains? 8 man. Yes, unlike MAGA, I accept the results of the election. Oh, really? Unlike MAGA? Really? I didn't say nothing about Biden when he won. If Harris would have won, I wouldn't have cared. Not one bit. I would have went about my business. What about the peak hole? Oh my gosh. Why are we talking about this? You have to come to Chicago? Kevin Lawrence, your volume is super. Really? How? You can't hear me? Hello? Hello? Hello, hello, hello? Maybe the mic isn't working. Maybe the mic isn't working. It is working. Is the mic working? It is working. Is the mic working? Does it sound better now? It is working. Does it sound better now? 85 thumbs up. Blair Witch. Sounds like you're underwater. Probably all the water from California. Yeah, they sent it all to New Jersey. Objectively, how you doing, Points? Objectively, but unfortunately. Well, I mean, it's two completely different religions and ideologies. Like Christianity says, give to Caesar what is Caesar, where the other religions, both the other two allegedly Abrahamic religions, say conquer those around you. So there's a big difference there. Yeah. Right away, they want to blame the Christians, Marissa. You don't mix with your sexist bullshit. Give up. No one buys Trump's bullshit. All right, guys, thanks for coming in. It was a great time. I will see you guys again in the next video. Thank you. God bless you. Peace out. Thanks for the thumbs up.